So earlier today I was reading an article by Forbes. It was written back in 2017, but it was very relevant to this day because it was talking about how there's so many real estate agents just here in the United States alone. And according to the MLS data, we're sitting around 2 million agents nationwide right now. Now, the interesting part is 85 to 90% of all real estate agents that get their license, they leave the industry within the first 2 to 5 years. Now, why is that? Is it because they're just not getting proper training and education? Is it that they think that they're going to come into this business and make a lot of money and that they realize that it's not true? Or is it because everyone you know is a real estate agent and everybody has their license, but maybe they're just not, putting it into the full potential of what they could be used for? I think it's another reason than that. I just think that most agents just don't know how to pick the right team, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get right into it. So the first thing that you want to consider when you want to join a team or you want to do anything with a real estate business is that you have to know yourself first. Look, a lot of people come in this industry and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to get out of this business. And so knowing yourself and knowing who you are as a person is very important when you want to make the decision of who do you want to join in a team, which brokerage you want to join. Do you want to do it by yourself and be a solopreneur? This is the very first step that you got to do. Do you want to do all commission? Do you want to have a consistent income? What role do you want to play? Do you want to be an agent? Do you want to be a manager? Do you want to be a CEO? Do you want to open up your own office? Or do you want to be a transactional coordinator and have a steady income? Or do you want to be an ISA? It's up to you. You got to know that. One book I will suggest for you to read when you're going to try to figure out how to know yourself is read a book called Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David. It's a really good book. I've read it myself, and I think it's been helping me a lot with my business and my plans and where do I want to have my vision go to. So I highly recommend it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Step 2, we're going to have to look at training, onboarding, and education provided by the team, the brokerage, the company that you're going to be joining. This is very important because in this industry alone, we really don't have a lot of training when it comes to the sales process and how to actually get your own clientele. Most of the time, you're going to join companies. You're going to find a lot of agents are going to tell you, once you join this company, most people are just going to say, okay, you got your license? All right, go sell. Go sell. There's no process. There's no education onto that. You have to pay yourself if you want to. Why do you think real estate coaches are very popular right now? Number 3, you're going to want to look at the admin support and the teamwork that you're going to be provided when you join the team. Admin support can be anything from an ISA or a transactional coordinator. These are people that are going to be able to help you out and take some load off of what you're going to be carrying as a real estate agent and as an entrepreneur. The other thing too is you want to look at the teamwork, you want to look at culture, environment, and you want to see if I'm not available to do this showing, am I able to call this agent up, call this friend up and say, you know what, you have your license, can you go show this home for me, please? I'll pay you $50, I'll give you 10% referral fee. Whatever you got to do to get the deal done, you make it work as a team. Now, that leads me to leadership and transparency. For any good team, you got to have a good leader. Most of the times, what I've seen in business, not just in the real estate industry, but with any endeavor that you choose to do with when it comes to entrepreneurship, is that you'll see a lot of leaders or bosses saying, you know what, that's my worker. That guy works for me. This guy, he's going to do this for me, this. I want everybody to do something for me. Now, the best leaders that I've seen ever, doesn't matter if it's real estate, politics, business, are the people that are flag carriers for their people. What do I mean by that? If I am going in and I'm going to become a manager, if I'm going to go become a CEO for a company, one of the first thing I have to do in order to become a good leader and have a good culture of people that are willing to be loyal and work with me, not under me, is I have to be the flag carrier and I have to say, you know what, how am I going to make that guy money? How am I going to make that guy money? How am I going to teach that guy? It's the same with clients. when you go work with a client, what's the first thing you got to do if you want to become successful at anything you do, especially in sales, is how can I get a better deal for this guy? How can I make more money for this guy when I sell his home? Or if you're an insurance agent, how am I going to get the best policy for this guy? How am I going to get the best deal for him? It all comes together. You have to be a flag carrier if you want to be a good leader, and you got to notice that yourself, and eventually it rubs off onto you, and that's how you can become a good leader and have a good cultural work environment. As well as transparency. People have to be transparent nowadays. You know, what is the point of working in a team that you can't really know what's going to be going on? If you're very involved in a team, and most of the agents or people that you're thinking about joining tell you, you know, we are very transparent here. We're going to tell you when you mess up, but you know what? We're going to tell you how to fix it, and we're going to support you along the way. We're going to tell you what plans and what is called what's the other word for plans? Projects that we have coming up and how we're going to build this company up. If there's no transparency, you know, it's not worth joining a team that's not going to be transparent. Leads me to the second to last thing, system and processes. When it comes to joining a team, especially in real estate, you're going to know if somebody has a real business, if they can duplicate themselves, if they can duplicate the processes, if they can go out and make $1 million a year, $100,000 a year, $100 million a year, and they can put steps by steps and tell you, you know what, this is how many phone calls you're going to make. This is how many emails you're gonna send out to people. This is how many times you're gonna go network. You're gonna meet people. You're gonna meet this type of person. You know, you're not gonna go into a team and you're not gonna find yourself, what do I do? How do I do this? I have this goal of making $100 million a year. How am I going to be able to do it? You need systems and processes. Now, this leads me to the last thing, which is the comp plan, compensation. How are you going to get paid? I left this for last because truth is, if you're able to get all this stuff right here, it doesn't matter if you get a 50-50 split, 60-40 split, 70-30 split, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're able to join a team that has all this stuff and you're able to see that there's a potential future of you getting some equity and ownership in the company, you're able to possibly change the compensation structure from, you know, maybe a 50-50 or 60-40 to possibly a 70-30 into a 90-10. You know, you're going to be in a very good spot if you have all these things right there, especially if you get revenue share or stock or profit sharing. It's very good to have all those things. But if you find any of this stuff useful and valuable, please put comments down below. Let me know if you find it, helpful. And have a good day, everybody.